Hello student, this is Ankit Shukla and we were studying our chapter 3 admission of partner. So in today's class we are going to cover the last topic of our chapter 3, which is adjustment of capital on the basis of new partners capital. So firstly let's understand what is the meaning of adjustment of capital, right? Okay. So adjustment of, for understanding this concept, I have taken the example of the question that we have solved yesterday. Okay, with the help of that capital account which we solved yesterday, we will try to understand the adjustment of capital. Don't worry, it has nothing to do with the question that we solved yesterday, right? And that is only a pro forma or example to understand the concept. So what adjustment of capital means, say for example, what we normally do in a question if we have to prepare partner capital account. The first thing that we do is we write the opening capital of old partner, right? Then we follow 3-step process. First step, writing accumulated profit, accumulated loss and existing goodwill. That was our first step. Second step, treatment of goodwill and writing new partners capital, right? Third step, writing either revaluation profit or revaluation loss. Okay, and after all these 3 steps, what we do, sir, we close the accounts. How we close the accounts, sir? We balance the account and we try to find the balancing figure, and this balancing figure was our closing capital, right? Okay, now what adjustment of capital means? Adjustment of capital means that this value, which is our closing capital, no doubt. How we got this closing capital? We got this closing capital as a balancing figure. This was our balancing figure which we calculated by totaling the credit side and deducting the total of debit side from the total of credit side. So we can say that the closing capital was our balancing figure of this account. Okay, and after finding the balancing figure, the total of both sides got matched, right? What adjustment of capital means, that the closing capital which you got as a balancing figure will not be balancing figure. What it means, sir? It means that you will not write balancing figure of this capital account as a closing capital. You have to calculate closing capital in a different way, or we can say that quotient will tell you that what will be the closing capital. Okay, till now we are knowing that the closing capital is balancing figure, but for adjustment of capital concept, what adjustment of capital concept means, that you will not write closing capital as a balancing figure, but closing capital will be the values or the capital given by quotient, right? So we can say that, sir, the closing capital will be given in the quotient. Okay, but the point here is it will not be given directly, it will be given as indirectly, right? Now what indirectly means, sir? Indirectly means quotient will not give you the exact amount that closing capital of N will be 2 lakh, closing capital of K will be 5 lakh and closing capital of P will be this much. Okay, it will not be given in the quotient. Means no doubt closing capital will be given by quotient, but it will not be given directly. Means directly means exact amount will not be given. Then, sir, what will be given? A method will be given. Okay, the quotient will tell us a way with the help of which we have to calculate the closing capital. Okay, we will come to this point, that how we can find this closing capital according to the given statement by quotient. Okay, but before that, let's try to understand the second aspect of this concept. Okay, the second aspect is, if we write here the closing capital as the values given by quotient and not the balancing figure, in that case our capital account will not be closed. Why, sir? Because any kind of account will get closed only the total of both sides got matched. Okay, and the total will be matched only if we write closing capital as a balancing figure, right? So we can say that if we write here the values given by the quotient, okay, after identifying the values, of course. So if we write here the values given by the quotient, in that case there will be a difference in the accounts, okay. Either difference can be on the debit side or difference can be either on the credit side or it can be on the debit side. How so? Very simple. So for example, we are knowing that 87740 is the balancing figure, right? But if we write the closing capital, let's suppose as 80,000, okay. Quotient told us that closing capital of n will be 80,000. So if you write 80,000 on the place of closing capital, you are knowing that the balancing figure is 87740, but you are writing 80,000, so there will be 7440 short on the debit side, right? I hope you are getting my point. Same way, it can also be possible that in some cases there can be a difference on the credit side as well. Say for example, quotient told us that K's closing capital will be let's suppose 66,000. So we are knowing that the closing capital as a balancing figure should be 65160, but we are writing 66,000, means we are writing more amount. So we can say that in that case you will find difference on this side, and difference will be I guess 4840 approx. Okay, that will be same, I guess. Okay, so I hope this funda is clear to you, that what adjustment of capital means. Okay, so the thing is, if we are not writing the closing capital as balancing figure and we are writing closing capital as the values given by the quotient directly or indirectly, we are writing that values. In that case, there will be difference in the accounts either on the debit side or on the credit side. In that case, our capital account will not get matched and we cannot prepare balance sheet. So sir, what we will do for that difference which we are getting either on the debit side or on the credit side, that should be known as source of adjustment of capital. Okay, what it means? Source of adjustment of capital. Source of adjustment of capital means what you are going to do for that difference. Say for example, in case of n, let's keep the amount exact so you don't face any problem. Okay, let's suppose that K's closing capital was 70,000. Okay, and quotient told us that it should be let's suppose 75,000. In that case, you are getting the difference on the credit side. Okay, so this is the difference that we are getting. Okay, so I have changed the values in exact amount so that it get easy to get you understand, right? Okay, so the balancing figure was 87740 for n and for K it was 70,000, right? But quotient said us that as per quotient I have written, okay, that closing capital should be for n 80,000 and for K it should be 75. So we are knowing that it should be 87740, but if we are writing closing as 80,000, in that case there will be 7440 difference on the debit side, right? Okay, and for K we have to write 75, but balancing figure is 70. So in that case we can say that there is a difference of 5,000 on the debit side, because we have written 5,000 more on the debit side. That's why we have to write 5,000 here to make it equal on the both sides. Okay, you don't need to compare these things. You simply do what? You will write these value 80, 75, right? And then you will total the columns of both sides, and then you will see that on which side we are getting the difference. Okay, so in our example we are getting difference for n on the debit side and for K on the credit side. So the point here is, sir, what we will write for this amount, how we are going to adjust this thing. Okay, so that is known as source of adjustment of capital. If you are getting 5,000 difference on this side, means K needs to bring 5,000 more in order to make his capital from 7 to 75,000, right? If we are writing 75,000 but the balancing figure was 70,000, so we can say that K needs to bring 5,000 more, okay, to make his capital 75,000. That's why we have written the difference as 5,000. Now that could be adjusted either from cash, means we can say that either K bring 5,000 as additional capital, and in that case his closing capital will get to 75,000 as required by the quotient. Okay, or we can say that we can adjust this through current account. Okay, means we can open K's current account, right? Same way things will apply for N also. N's closing capital should be 80,000 as per quotient. Okay, but we are getting a balancing figure of 87740, means we are writing 7440 less. So we can say that if N withdraw 7440 from the business, in that case his capital will get reduced to the extent of 80,000 as required by the quotient, right? So either we can write it as cash account, okay, as withdrawal of capital, okay, or we can write here as current account, N's current account. Now the thing here is, sir, what we will write, cash account on both the side if we are getting the difference, or current account if we are getting the difference. So that depends upon the quotient, what is asked in the quotient. If it is asked in the quotient that readjustment of capital will be made through a cash account or bank account, in that case if we are getting difference either on debit side or on credit side, we'll write to cash account or to bank account, right? By cash account or by bank account, same way. Okay, but if it is asked in the question that readjustment of capital should be made with the help of current account, in that case if we are getting difference on any side, we will write the current account of that partner. If we are getting on the difference on the debit side, then in that case we will write K's current account for K, and if we are getting difference for N, we will write N's current account. Now there is still one thing that needs to understand, how quotient will tell us the closing capital directly or indirectly. Okay, we'll come to that, but before that let's try to understand one more thing. If you write cash account on both sides, in that case this side will increase your cash balance. Okay, say for example earlier your cash was in the opening balance sheet 5,000. Okay, let's suppose 8,000. Okay, now new partner P brought 76450. So for finding closing capital, what we were doing till now, we were adding the new partner's capital, and if new partner was bringing any premium, we were adding that premium also. Let's suppose premium was 20,000. See, premium for goodwill 12 plus 8, 20,000. That was the same question we understood in yesterday's lecture, right? So opening cash balance was 8,000. New partner brought 76450 as his capital. New partner brought 20,000 in cash for premium. So we can say that now our cash balance got increased, and this is 8,000 plus 76450 plus 20,000, right? But now we have adjusted K's difference through, let's suppose, cash account. Okay, cash account. So we can say that this 5,000 will also increase our cash balance. Same way, if we have written on this side cash account, okay, that will decrease our cash balance, so we will deduct that 7440. Okay, so what I mean to say that if you are adjusting capital with the help of cash account, you have to adjust your cash balance accordingly. This side will increase your opening cash and this side will decrease your opening cash, right? Okay, but if we are writing current account, then what we will do, sir? No worries, you are knowing that if we are already knowing the funda for that, you are knowing that if new partner was not bringing any premium, you were writing here new partner's current account. Okay, now what you were doing for that current account, you were writing that current account on the asset side. Remember, okay, if we were getting the difference, if new partner was not bringing any premium, in that case we were adjusting the goodwill with the help of new partner's current account, and we were writing that current account on the asset side, right? Similarly, if you are adjusting, you are readjusting the capital with the help of current account of partner. Let's suppose we are writing K's current here and N's current here. So if you are readjusting the capital with the help of current account and not with the help of cash account, your cash balance will not get affected. But now as you have adjusted the capital with the help of current account, you have to write this current account balances in the closing balance sheet. Same way you were writing the balance of new partner's current account if he was not bringing premium in cash. So where we will write, sir? On the liability side or on the asset side? Simple. This is the balance sheet format, liability and asset. Okay, so funda is very simple. Liability is this side, asset is that side. So if you are getting current account balance, this will go at same place. Means if you are getting current account on the credit side, that will go on the same side, that is asset side. If you are getting difference on the debit side, that will go on the same side, that is liability side. If you are getting my point, this on this side and this on this side. Okay, means we will write here as N's current account and we will write here as K's current account. Okay, right. So I hope till here everything is clear to you. What adjustment of capital means, sir? Adjustment of capital means that the closing capital which we were writing till now as a balancing figure will not be balancing figure, and that will be that value which will be given by the quotient but indirectly. Means there will be a way to calculate the closing capital and we will write that calculated closing capital here and not the balancing figure. First thing. Second thing, if we are writing any calculated value as a closing capital and not the balancing figure, in that case we will get difference either on the debit side or on the credit side. That balancing figure will be adjusted either from cash account or from current account. That depends upon the quotient. If it is asked in the quotient to adjust it through cash account, then we will adjust that from cash account. We will write to cash or by cash. If we are adjusting that with the help of current account, we will write to current account or by current account. Right? Okay. If nothing is asked in the question that whether it should be adjusted through cash account or current account, in that case we will adjust those things with the help of cash account, right? Not with the help of current account. Okay? Right. So if we are adjusting things with the help of cash account, that will affect our closing cash balance. This side cash account will increase our cash balance and this side's cash account will decrease our cash balance, right? Same way, if we are adjusting capital with the help of current account, in that case this current account will go on this side, means on the asset side, and this side's current account will go on this side, means on the liability side. Okay, so I hope everything is clear to you except one thing, this one. How we will calculate the closing capital which is given by the quotient but not as exact amount, means not directly but indirectly. Okay, so let's try to understand that last point. Okay, so the adjustment of capital means the closing capital will be given as a statement in your quotient. Okay, and it can be written in many ways. Okay, let's suppose it can be written as that let's suppose A and B were two partners. Okay, their profit sharing ratio was, let's suppose, 3:2. C was joining the partnership firm, and after C's admission, new profit sharing ratio got changed and it is now 3:2:1. Okay, let's suppose C joined the partnership firm for 1 by 6, which is of course 1 by 6, 1, 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6. So C joins the firm for 1 by 6, okay, and C is bringing capital of, let's suppose, 2 lakh rupees. Okay, so that is our thing. Now what will be mentioned in the question for that capital given in the question indirectly line? Okay, it can be written in the question like that capital of old partner will be adjusted on the basis of new partner's capital. Capital of old partners will be adjusted on the basis of new partner's capital or on the basis of new partner's capital and his profit sharing ratio. Okay, or it can be written that capital of new partnership firm will be readjusted on the basis of new partner's capital and his profit sharing ratio. Meaning is same for all these three statements. Okay, so how we will adjust the closing capital if it is asked in the question that capital will be adjusted on the basis of new partner's capital and his share. Okay, in that case what we will do, sir, we will follow the same funda we were following for hidden capital and hidden goodwill. So what we will do, sir, firstly we are knowing, we will prepare a working note, capital adjustment. Okay, now what we will do, sir, we will write the things. How, sir? C's capital for 1 by 6 share, 2 lakh rupees. Okay, then total capital of firm. So what will be the total capital? So 2 lakh is for 1 by 6, so total will be reciprocal of 1 by 6. We have already discussed the logic and why we are doing this thing in our previous lecture, right? So total capital will be 12 lakh rupees. Okay, now we are knowing that the total capital is 12 lakh. Now we will distribute this 12 lakh in new profit sharing ratio between all the partners to get the closing capital. Okay, so A's capital will be 12 lakh is firm's capital, A's share is 3 by 6, so this will be 6,000. Okay, B's capital will be, so 12 lakh is firm's capital, B's share is 2 by 6, so this will be 4 lakh rupees. Okay, and for C it will be same, 1 by 6 if you do, you will get 2 lakh rupees. Okay, so I hope you have seen how we can calculate the capital of old partner which we readjusted on the basis of new partner's capital and his profit sharing ratio. So in this question, in this example, question has not told us the amount of closing capital directly, but question has given us a way, question has given us a statement indirectly with the help of which we can calculate the closing capital. What question said, sir? Question said that the closing capital of old partner or the readjustment of capital will be made on the basis of new partner's capital and his profit sharing ratio. So I hope this is clear to you. After getting this value 6 lakh and 4 lakh, we will write these values 6 lakh and 4 lakh as balancing figure on the place of balance CD. Okay, and then we are knowing now that what we will do for the difference, either that will be adjusted with the help of cash account or with the help of current account, right? Okay, sir, there can be one more type. Okay, let's see that type also. So this is our type 2, that is I have written case 2. So let's suppose in a firm there were two partners A and B, old PSR 3:2. New partner C joins the firm for 1 by 6. C is bringing capital of 2 lakh. Okay, and the new profit sharing ratio will be 3:2:1. Okay, now the statement related to capital adjustment was given in the question as last point, and the statement was that the total capital of new firm will be 12 lakh rupees. So if it is saying in the question that the total capital of new firm will be 12 lakh, it means that the balancing figure, the value balance CD, which we were writing on the debit side as balance CD, the total of this should be 12 lakh. Okay, so what we will do, sir, in that case, how will make the adjustment? We will do nothing. We are already knowing the total capital, which in earlier example we calculated first, but here it is already given. So the simple thing that you have to do is you have to distribute this in new PSR. Means for finding A's capital, we will do what? So 12 lakh is the total capital of new firm. A's new share is 3/6. So his capital will be 6 lakh. Same way we will find B's capital and we will find C's capital. Okay, so B will be 2/6. Okay, 12 lakh. This will be 4 lakh. Okay, and for C it will be same. Okay, that we calculated 2 lakh rupees. So I hope this type 2 is also clear to you, and it can also be written type 2 like this way, that total capital of new firm will be 2 lakh and in a new profit sharing ratio. So we are knowing if nothing is written, that is already new PSR. Okay, so I hope both the types are clear to you and you are not now having no confusion related to adjustment of capital. Okay, we will solve one question related to adjustment of capital related to this topic in our next class, because now we have already spent too much time, so it is not possible to explain everything in the same video, right? So we'll solve one question related to this concept in our next class, and then this topic will get more clear to you, right? Okay, students.